All right, goose gaffs and gamers. It is podcast 84. I like how I say that like it's new every time. I am one of your hostesses, Iron Meta Frankie, and I'm here with
Kirby DK10.
yes.
Baby.
Every time we got to make sure we get it in there. Now, we probably gonna have a little short episode here, but we got a lot of important stuff to talk about, discuss, and bring up. I would just like to mention before we get into this first story here about the Switch 2. I actually was in Target a couple days ago, and I saw 3 whole Switch 2s. And the guy jumped up because he saw I noticed them, and he was so ready to sell me one, which I do appreciate. But I did not buy it. I didn't want to, buy it just yet. But they were there. I am curious whenever they'll widely be in stock. And yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw that with the Switch 1. I remember for a long time, I don't think it was in the stores very often, and then whenever it, a few months afterwards, it started to get really, well stocked, and you could just go in to anywhere and buy one. But, yeah, so far, the Switch 2 has, just this week, it reached 2 million sales in the US alone, and I believe in the world it's already surpassed 6 million copies worldwide. So that's
Pretty good.
it's a pretty big accomplishment. I believe this is actually outselling the OG Switch. But as some people have predicted that it would not outsell the original, but it seems like it could, kind of, the sales are obviously going to slow down before it surpasses the original Switch. So we'll have to see. I personally don't think it will outsell it, but I think a lot of people, they're all talk whenever it comes to the controversy of the pricing of the games or even the console itself. I think a lot of people were just all talk.
Oh yeah.
Most people just can't resist to play Nintendo, and the biggest thing is Nintendo, because they have those exclusives. It's, if you want to play those games, you have to buy it. So it's kind of just how it is. I feel like most people are just all right, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean that's kind of the vibe. Just whatever. We'll get around to it eventually. It seems to be a good console. To be honest, I have to say, I mean, playing some of the games, at least Mario Kart, I have not been super impressed with the long term. I don't know. I just feel like I'd get bored of the new Mario Kart, but that maybe I just don't understand the mechanics. But I had a little bit of that issue with the Switch 1 regarding Pokemon games. I usually don't enjoy those anyways, but games like Animal Crossing, or I don't know, I just felt like maybe I just took the fun out of them myself, with Animal Crossing, selling all the turnips and paying off my loans super easily. I was like, man, this does not have a lot of staying power as far as working towards something. And I feel like some of their games have done that, especially the sports games, the Mario Golf game was really, I felt surface level compared to the GameCube one. But maybe that's just because I haven't played the GameCube one in a long time. I don't know. Am I crazy on that, or?
No, I mean, I feel like for the most part, most of the, especially with the original Switch, I do think I had a little bit of the same issues, where it's a lot of the games, they were basically just ports of Wii U games that I had already played. Like Mario Kart Deluxe, and there were a couple other games. I think the only original games that I really played on the Switch was probably Breath of the Wild and Odyssey, And then I felt like after that, and obviously Smash Ultimate, after that though, like, to me the Switch one really fell off of my radar, at least, which it has been nice because I kind of gone back and been able to play a little bit of those games that I missed, just because Switch 2, in terms of its like launch games and even, you know, games after the launch, it's not really, to me it doesn't have like enough games yet to really warrant a purchase if you have the original Switch, you know.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, and I mean, I guess to kind of segue a little bit, there's this guy over at Game Rant, and I always say take this with a grain of salt, but so far they're keeping track of the numbers for the new Mario Kart game, and they're kind of saying compared to last time whenever the game launched for the Switch 1 compared to now, Mario Kart has not kept up with the sales. Now, I do question comparing the two because many people don't have a Switch 2 or can't get their hands on one. I will say the rating for the new Mario Kart game is lower than 8 for sure. Do you think this means anything, or I don't know? I feel like kind of comparing the two is a little silly, but
yeah, it's a little weird. Also, one thing they don't add here is, for at least for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the value proposition is much better because you can buy the game for $60, and then you buy the DLC for $25, while Mario Kart World is $80, and you get like half the tracks, you know. And
oh, that's true.
You know, Mario Kart 8 had so many tracks. I think it had 96 by the time it was all over.
Here it is.
And it's been one of the most, like, I think the fastest selling game ever. Maybe, I don't know. It's up there for sure.
So I might have mistook the article a little bit. It says in July 2025, the top selling games were, which is kind of surprising. The top 10 best selling games on Nintendo platforms was actually Donkey Kong Bonanza, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Mario Kart 8, Minecraft, and then World at 6. So 8 is at 4 and World is at 6. I guess that's for the month of July, and this is from Sarcana, which I'm not sure how reliable they are, but that's only counting physical for both 8 and World. I don't know where they're getting this data from, but I attribute it to like you were saying, it's a better value proposition, but also more people have a Switch 1 still.
Yeah. I think it's that, and it's also surprisingly, I a lot of people, I don't know. Well, I mean, not surprising, but a lot of people didn't play the original Mario Kart 8, so it makes sense. Whenever the Switch 1 came out, they're just like, oh, most people didn't play it, let's just port it. And it's been one of the most like successful games ever. So
yeah.
It did suck though, because I remember the funniest thing is this reminds me, like, whenever I got my Switch 1, the first game that I ever got on it was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because the old copy of 8 that I had for the Wii U broke because I played it so much.
Yes, bro.
So then I got Deluxe, and I was like, oh, finally I can play it again. And I played it, and I was like, this is cool, I guess. And then I really didn't play my Switch a lot until I got Breath of the Wild. So
yeah, pretty tough on that one, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I really should have just bought the Switch with Breath of the Wild.
I mean, maybe. Yeah.
What can you do?
Well, yeah, what you gonna do now? Yeah, I guess that's all I got for the Switch, or at least Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Oof, got them hiccups coming on.
That's all I got too. I guess, do we want to go into this sad story?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna go get. Yeah. While you introduce something.
So, Yeah, so me and Meta we kind of got into the watching like little cows back in like 2023, and obviously we started with like Chris Chan and the basics, Cyrax, and then we kind of started watching this one guy called KingCobraJFS. And the best way to describe him is he's this what do you call it? This he has Asperger's, and he basically posts videos on YouTube. He's been posting videos I think since like 2007 or so, and people just kind of make fun of him and troll him a little bit, and they also like send him random stuff, sometimes like alcohol or food, and he's best known for making like these like absolutely diabolical drink combos.
Oh yeah, vile stuff.
Like I think it's like beer. I think one of it is like beer and Red Bull or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's something like that. It's like, and then he's also made I think he did like cookies, some kind of alcohol, and then it was like orange juice or something.
Yeah.
Something gross, dude. He did a lot of gross stuff like that. That's just kind of an example, but he was known for like pretty heavy drinking and whatnot, and he passed away last week, and we didn't cover this, but yeah, he did pass away last week.
He did
at only age 34, and he was found by his father unconscious with blue lips, and it seems like the cause of death, he died in his sleep, and it seems like it was organ failure. Which I would probably agree with, because his last video, he was saying that he had some like pains in his stomach, and he was going frequently. So I was like, yeah, it's, I don't know, some kind of like maybe stomach or intestinal issues.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty sad story. His Kirby was also showing me the video his dad got on, and kind of explained to, I guess, the audience that cares, or the ones that they think exist. I'm not too sure. There might be some of those, kind of the more parts of the story, like finding him in the morning, thought he was sleeping, stuff like that. He wouldn't confirm if it was the alcohol or not, but he drank a lot of like expired meads and nasty stuff, so it's not super surprising. And then,
well, yeah,
his dad kind of ended it with a nice little thing about, like, hey, make a, whatever he calls it, a twister where you add a bunch of drinks, like alcoholic drinks, together and make nasty shit.
Yeah. Well, I think, yeah, he would make mead, but he wouldn't like make it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
He would put, like, for instance, he would put like cookies and stuff that contain eggs. You really can't do that with mead, because it'll start.
And Kirby and I have made mead, just for the record. We've made mead properly.
Yes, and what yes, and he would do that, but then he would put in the yeast, and then he would put it directly into the freezer, or not the freezer, the refrigerator. Mm-hmm. And what that does is it doesn't allow the yeast to ferment, because the yeast has to have like a little bit of a warm environment to start fermenting. So he would just basically kill the yeast off as soon as he put it in there. So, yeah, I don't know how much alcohol that would. It would be like 0 alcohol.
Yeah,
did that, but
I mean,
and he wouldn't filter it either. So he was basically just drinking the yeast with the mead.
Ugh, yeah. The proper way to cover it real quickly is you add honey, water, warm water, and yeast. You let it sit for like a month. You siphon, or you strain, or you somehow remove as much yeast as you can. You put it in the fridge for about 2 weeks, I'd recommend. That kills the remaining yeast. You then filter or siphon it again, and then that gives you a very clean, pure, wine product at the end, which is pretty easy to follow, and you just don't put any other nasty shit in there. If you do what Cobra did, you're likely to cause that, whatever that is, the auto alcohol syndrome or whatever, where you're always producing alcohol in your gut. I mean, that's one of the things that can happen. You're also just poisoning your organs. And yeah, I mean, alcohol is made the way it is because you can kind of tank it as long as you don't abuse it often.
Yeah, you can also get like botulism and whatnot, so it's not good.
I mean, yeah, and botulism is kind of
Recommended
scary.
to make it.
Speaking of, 2 ounces for your boy right now.
But yeah,
breezy.
sad story. Also, he really liked Ozzy Osbourne.
He did.
And so whenever Ozzy Osbourne passed away, he had an extra drink for Ozzy. And then obviously he passed away about a month after. I mean, almost. Like, if it was like one more day, he would have passed exactly a month after. So
yeah.
Sad story.
Well, damn, that's crazy. Yeah. We probably should cover Hollow Knight Silk Song, which I know we thought would never come out. We have leaks. It'll be priced at $19.99. That's not very surprising. The original Hollow Knight was $14.99. I think it's up to $20 now. But we have got it confirmed that it is coming. It is a meme that it's coming. We have 9/4/25 on the Switch store, so I would assume that's when it's coming out everywhere. There is you can buy it at GameStop for the Switch 1, or you can buy it for the Switch 2, I guess, on the digital store. I don't know if you need both copies. Anyways, everyone that backed it on what is it, Kickstarter or Indie, I don't know, one of those sites, everyone that backed it, they will get it for free. If you backed it in 2014, bro, 11 years. Some of those people are dead.
Over 11 years, bro. That's crazy.
Some of those people are dead, bro. That's how long it's been.
So wait, when did the original one come out? Because I thought the original one came out like 2015.
I don't know, actually. 2017.
Wow. So wait, they wanted to make this game before the first one even came out, no?
Yeah, I mean, according to this article, I mean, when I have heard people throw around the decade.
That is crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good game. So
Yeah,
I'm happy the sequel at least.
Oh, okay, here we go. Silk Song was not directly backed. Here it is. There was a stretch goal in the original Hollow Knight Kickstarter campaign from November 19th to December 19th of 2014. So it is if you backed the original Hollow Knight. This was a stretch goal for them getting so much money. So, well, they followed through on a Kickstarter, which is incredible. You don't see that anymore. Have you played the original Hollow Knight, and do you like it? I don't know if you have.
I've played probably 10 minutes or so.
Oh, but you do have it.
I mean, I do have it. I just haven't played much of it.
It's a hard game.
One of those games where you gotta. Well, yeah, it's a hard game, but it's also I feel like I have to put so much time into it, and there's other games that I want to play. I'm also not a big Metroidvania guy, so it's kind of rough.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. I've gotten through 2 of the bosses, and that took me an hour and a half, trying to understand where to go on the map. And then actually beating the bosses probably took 10 to 15 minutes, after I die once or twice, and you have to walk all the way back. So it was a difficult game, and I just, kind of like you, I've dropped it, and I don't know when I'll come back. But yeah, I'm glad Silk Song's coming out. To be honest with you, I don't know if I'll buy it because I haven't even beaten the first one. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of the biggest thing is for me, I'd rather I don't know. Unless it's like way significantly better than the first one, I'll probably pick it up. But I'll just stick with the original.
Yeah, the original, baby.
The OG.
Doing a lot of clicking around on this episode. Hopefully it doesn't come through too bad. All right. I guess we move on to the next Battlefield.
Well, I guess we'll move on to the kind of hot topic, the new kid on the block. Battlefield 6, of course. We got to play it with the 2 beta weekends. Honestly, I played it during beta weekend 1 and just didn't play it on the second weekend because I wanted to play other things and I didn't care for it. In my opinion, again, we haven't seen the new Call of Duty game, or haven't gotten our hands on it. We've seen it, but we haven't gotten the beta yet. So I believe the beta is on October 2nd, which is in about a month. So we'll see how that plays. I think it is going to be a fun game. But
6 or the
Battlefield 6 to
COD.
me.
Oh, COD.
Oh, COD, yeah. Battlefield 6 to me was kind of mid. I don't know how meta feels, but I kind of just put this Reddit post up. People are saying that this is a bad trolling attempt, and no other shooter on the market plays like this. And it's like, all right, buddy, like, come on. This to me feels like a Call of Duty game trying to be Battlefield. It doesn't feel like Battlefield,
Yeah, I mean,
to me, it just doesn't. Yeah.
I was just gonna cut in. I know Kirby is really he is really negative on this one. On Battlefield 6, and I mean, I understand. I think after playing it myself too, I know Incredible. I actually played a game for once. It really, and then we attempted to play 4, but I didn't get to do that. It really does feel like they're trying to rehash 4. I know that was something that they I believe they were striving for 2042 with the trailer and everything. You could definitely tell it was geared toward the 3 and 4 players quite heavily, and it missed the mark. I think this is trying to do the same thing. And to be honest with you, it was fun. It felt good, like, to play. Like, I enjoyed my time with it. I especially had fun sniping. But I'm not as negative. I think it'll just be like a mid Battlefield. And to be honest, I'm more interested in it than the new COD. But then again, I'm like, if more interested is like, playing it for 10 hours and then never playing it again, that would probably be what is going to happen. Yeah, I mean, it feels like they've just tried to copy and paste 4, and maybe I'm crazy on that. And then they tried to, maybe it was the maps they gave out for the beta, but it did feel more like Call of Duty-esque with, like, running around, a little more arcadey than before.
And I will say, for the maps, they apparently, at least in the PC trailer, they showed off some maps that did have a little bit more of, like, open fields and more, like, vehicle-focused maps, which does look to be good.
I know everyone's excited.
And I think the beta was more of, like, their infantry-style maps. And I think they wanted to do that probably to, win over Call of Duty fans, which is smart, but I just didn't... I didn't like the beta.
Can I disagree there just for a little bit? I actually think they did that because a lot of the 2042 people, even like you that actually bought the game and played it a little bit more, or just people like me that got 2042 and then immediately returned it, I think something they noticed is a lot of people, whenever I looked at criticisms for 2042, was about, not having good infantry spots. It was, the maps were like 70% vehicle focused and then like 30% infantry. And it felt like to get from one infantry hub to another, it's very normal in like modern battlefields or even in 4 to like run from one infantry spot to another infantry spot. But that distance isn't like crazy. Like maybe in real life, it would be like 200 feet across like a roadway, right? Or like 300 feet across a field. But in 2042, it always felt like it was like a mile across a field or 2 miles across a field, and you would just get killed and you couldn't get from infantry spot to infantry spot. And so I think they did it to answer that concern, which I don't know if that's the case, but that's my theory.
Yeah, I think that's kind of... I don't know. I mean, I guess there are other people that feel that this way, where it's like... I see a couple other Reddit posts where it's like, this game's hot garbage. Which I don't know if I agree with that. I just think it's like kind of mid. I don't think it's like great. It's not bad. It's not like 2042 levels, but it's like, once you're like, oh yeah, it's not 2042. I mean, it's rough.
Yeah, and I mean, it is kind of, you're going to the source for glazers when you go to Reddit a little bit. Like, this first post is like, breaking Battlefield 6 has lost 98% of its player base in just one weekend. And it's obviously because the beta's not around anymore. And yeah, a bunch of people are really positive on it. And I mean, hey, I hope people like it. I hope it's a good game. I mean, it is kind of funny watching some of these like posts and people talk about it. Like, there's someone who literally posted a Battlefield 4 clip that's like top of the page. There's like Battlefield 4 like dog tags and stuff, and Battlefield 3 dog tags. So I don't know, it seems like it's kind of all over the place. It's a divisive one. I know I don't know, man. Like, if it is, so let's say hypothetically, all right, let's say you and I replay this game. Maybe they have another weekend where they have more maps, or they show the other maps off, right? Let's say they do that, and we play it, and like we end up loving it. Do you think this would be like a main game, or do you think we just have other stuff?
I don't know. I think it could be our like main game for maybe a month, and then we'll probably play something else. I don't know. I don't see. I don't see the appeal of it. To me, I'd rather just play Call of Duty. If to me it feels so much like Call of Duty with like the sliding and the movement and all that. Yeah, I'd rather just play that.
I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm not as big on glazing it either. I just don't think it's like gonna be a bad game. It'll just be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the art style. It looks fucking beautiful. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Looks fucking mint. Anyways. Alright, it's a beautiful game. That you can't take away from it. Alright.
Yeah.
Do we want to move on? This is a real short one. I figured it'd be a good way to cap it. So there is a game called Hitman World of Assassination that is released on tablets, phones, and you can obviously hook up a controller. I guess I'm kind of impressed because, like, watching the trailer, it looks incredible for a phone game. I bet you it heats up that iPad that they're showing it on like a mother effer, though. There is this new trend kind of coming around. Yeah, okay, so it's only available on iPhone 16, 15. I can't even play it. Oh, wait, yeah, I can. I've played on my iPad Pro or an iPad.
I won't be able to.
Mini. Yes, take 16, 15 Pro Mini. Okay.
I only have a 13 RIP.
Yeah, I also have a 13, so it would be on the pad. I guess I kind of wanted to talk about this because I know there's a bunch of other crap in this article I linked, but I'm going to ignore all that. I wanted to talk about this because there's kind of this wild trend of like releasing almost like AAA games on phones these days. I know Destiny has released a game on the phone, which, hey, have all the criticisms you want about desktop Destiny, which I think Kirby and I are going to crawl back to here soon. And I don't know.
I like that.
Do you like that?
Crawl back.
Crawl back. Well, I'll say this. I mean, a lot of people have like negative things to, a lot of people are real negative on Destiny 2, because they were there for 1 and they don't like all the transactions and stuff, which is fair criticism. I guess I'm just kind of shocked they're releasing these like fancy games on phones. I mean, they're obviously profitable, otherwise they wouldn't do it. I mean, they should be somewhat profitable. I don't know. What do you think? I guess this is a trend we're going to see going forward. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting to me, because also they're charging full price for this game, by the way.
Really?
I don't know if you.
I did not see that.
So it says Hitman. It said Hitman World of Assassination will cost $70 on iOS.
Wow. No, I skimmed this one because I figured it would just be.
It's going to be a full price game.
That is absolutely batshit.
It offers 100 hours of gameplay. You can also play the first location for free, and buy any of the 24 levels individually for $3, which is interesting.
That is crazy.
I mean, yeah, I think we're gonna kind of see this, especially because now you can just pack so much power within that little small phone device. So it's, it's basically like, I think maybe Apple's gonna try to compete with, they're obviously competing with like the Switch and whatnot. And it's more portable than that because it's even smaller.
I mean, shit. I used to have a gaming laptop when I was in college. And I had to stay in a hotel a couple of times for like tests or just vacation or like with a girlfriend or whatever. And I would bring this laptop and I would play games on it. Now, I did not at the time have the luxury of having an iPad. And I have to say, there are plenty of good games on the iPad. There is, there's game like Binding of Isaac is on the iPad. I've played it on that, and you can hook up a controller. You can even hook up a mouse and keyboard. It just doesn't. It doesn't quite have the control scheme I like, and you can't change it. But yeah, there's all kinds of like indie games that have been released. There's like obviously Balatro. There's Dead Cells, which you can hook up a controller and play, which I think is fucking crazy. There's, Kingdoms. There's all of these games that have been like, especially indie games, have been slowly released on Apple, and I'm sure Android, I don't know, where, I almost have a little library built up of like, 8 games that like I've played a good amount of on my PC. And to be fair, I wish I could play more. I just have so many games to play that I don't. And I think it's really, really cool that like you can just throw an iPad in your luggage and a controller, and you basically have essentially a gaming PC. I mean, sure, the games, they're not going to be, they're not probably going to run as well, and they might be a little yank, but they'll be playable. I think it's cool. It's a little crazy that it's full price. But if it's a full Hitman game, that's fucking crazy. I do wonder the size of it. I didn't see it whenever I skimmed that part.
I didn't see it either, but
I wonder if it streams.
It is kind of wild to me. Although we have seen a lot of this in the recent years. Obviously, like I think Call of Duty's the most biggest one. Obviously, there's like PUBG on the phone. Mm-hmm. There's other games too, but yeah, we'll have to. I think we gotta try out some mobile games. I don't really play them too often.
Wow! Holy shit! Here we go. So on PC, Hitman World of Assassination has 60 to 70 gigabytes. PlayStation 5, 70.5. PS4 is 42.2, and the Switch is 58.3. That is crazy. We don't have the phone size, but I would assume it's probably around the Switch size of like 60 gigs. Which, wow, I mean, I can put that on my phone, but like, man, I probably gotta like you know, probably like archive some games and like maybe delete some like long memes and videos that I have for no reason for that.
Yeah.
That's crazy because I only have I have a I have a half a terabyte phone, so which is bigger than the base. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like almost that's like 1/4 of your storage if you have the
Yeah.
base. It's brutal. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've never liked mobile gaming.
I have not either, but it's cool it exists. I think most adults, will probably just stick to their PCs and Switches and stuff. What was I gonna say? Oh, one more aspect too is like I know in like China and Japan and stuff, a lot of phone games that are really popular are like free gachas that are not really game. I mean, they're games. But and you can play them, like you can interact, but they often have like a AFK feature and stuff. And so it's really funny to me for them to be releasing games like this on a phone because I don't believe they're targeting the Asian market, which I'm a little surprised by. Typically, these companies have been targeting the Asian market, and I think with a play like this, I think you're going for Western. So we'll see how that plays out because I just can't see the Asian market picking up on something like this.
Yeah.
But maybe they will.
Yeah. I think that's about it for this one, bro.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I just want to get that in. Hey, thank you, everybody, especially if you stuck around this long. I know we've had a little increase in traffic and everyone viewing the episodes, so that's been cool. I do appreciate it. If you could give us a little subby, that'd be awesome. And
a like, of course. Mm-hmm. Share it if possible.
Yeah, I mean, unironically, if you could. I know it's a little cringo to ask, but you've made it this far, so yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for watching. It's been your boy KobraJFS. Peace.
Bye.